I'm going to go ahead and get started. So welcome back. Welcome, good morning, and welcome to the LeadHER Morning Show, where we talk about leadership, healing, self-love, discipline, and becoming the woman we are called to be. This is your time to reset your mind, grow, reflect, and start your day with intention. So if you're in the live, go ahead, comment good morning and where you're watching from. So usually I come on at 9:30, but I had a meeting. I had a couple of meetings this morning, and I didn't think I was going to make it, but I said I got time today, so I came on. So today we're going to talk about keeping promises to ourselves. Keeping promises to yourself, keeping promises to ourselves, right? That's the most important part. So today's episode is about keeping promises to yourself. So let's start off with, every time you break a promise to yourself, you lose self-trust. Every time that you break a promise to yourself, you lose your self-trust. Most people think confidence comes from compliments, it comes from success, or other people believing in them. That's what most people believe self-trust is, confidence is other people have to believe in you. Other people have to buy into it. Like I said, most people think confidence comes from the compliments, the likes, the follows, the shares, the success, or other people believing in them. But real confidence comes from self-trust. That's where real confidence comes from. Self-trust is built when you say you'll wake up early and you do it, or you'll work out and you do it, or you'll journal, save money, or you'll finish something and you actually do it. That's what real self-trust look like. That's how self-trust is built. But every time you hit them with I'll start Monday, I'll start tomorrow, I'll wake up early, I'll stop texting them, I'll work on my goals, I'll read, I pray, I'll change, and then you don't do it, something happens on the inside of you. So for the last couple of days, we've been talking about rewiring your brain. Right? So every time that you say you'll do something and you don't, something on the inside happen. Your mind starts to say, I don't trust myself. I don't do what I say. My word doesn't mean anything. And see, your mind is only going to search for what's familiar, right? So let's look at it. If every time you say, yeah, I'm going to call, and then you don't call, yeah, I'm going to do it, and you don't do it, what your mind has already processed is, okay, she's a liar. She ain't going to do nothing. Baby, we ain't doing nothing. So immediately you don't have that conviction. You just have that, well, this is what you do. Every time you say you do something, this is what you do. And then you don't do it because you're not convicted or held accountable for anything, because you never go through with it. And when you don't trust yourself, things like this happen. You doubt your decisions. You're that one that got to always go and say, you can't make a decision. You got to sit on it for a while. You got to let it replay in your mind. You got to become Dr. Strange and have the different outcomes and scenarios. You got to call a friend group. You got to bring the congregation together. You got to talk to this person about that. You got to go through all these things because you doubt your own decisions, because you don't trust yourself. You also quit easily when you don't trust yourself. You procrastinate and lack confidence. You don't finish things. You feel stuck and feel disappointed in yourself. So if you've ever sat around, if you've ever sat around saying, not doing something, or you doubting yourself, or you'll quit easily, is because you lack self-trust. And I'm here to teach you how to build that back up. You have to build your self-trust, right? By rewiring your brain, by not doing what you used to do. We're changing the way we do things now. That's part of healing. So, broken promises doesn't just affect your schedule. They affect how you see yourself and affect others. Let me explain something to you. I'm the type of person, listen, I'm going to be on, well, I ain't going to be on time, but I'm just saying, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be there, right? So if it starts at 11 o'clock, I'm going to make sure I have room, right? I have room that even if traffic comes, so yeah, I do be on time. But what I'm saying is, even if it's traffic, I'm going to be there 15 minutes prior. That's the military in me, right? But I had to work my way up to that, because when I got out the military and then it was time for me to go to work, baby, I wasn't on time to work because I didn't want to be there. But now that I work for myself, Me, I pour into myself, my self-trust. I have to be on time. So I'm always going to be earlier. Am I going to hold that against you? No, because you're not me. However, what I will hold against you is you tell me to be there at a certain time and you're not there. Or you tell me you're going to do something and then you don't show up, or you don't have the decency to call and say, oh, I'm good. Now, we in the whole realm of me being pissed off, right? But I don't crash out like I used to. I used to go off, but now it's just like, you know what? And I respond now, I don't react. I just say, okay, that'll never happen again. What you did was cause boundaries with me, meaning that you can't call me and ask me to do something and I drop what I need to do, or I make time for you because you don't even trust your own self. That's what they do. So self-trust, right? So like I said, when you don't trust yourself, you have all these different things about how it is you quit. So if that's you building your self-trust, you are not just breaking a promise, you're breaking the trust within yourself and to others. Now, self-trust is the foundation for confidence. So we talked about building confidence yesterday. So if you guys missed any of the morning shows, you can go to my YT, and it is Chat with Coach Nye. You can go check it out over there. And so self-trust is the foundation of confidence. So confidence is not, we learned that it's not loud. It's not looking good. It's not about having money. It's not about all the followers and the likes, the popularity, having the perfect body, or being perfect. That's not what confidence is. Confidence is I trust myself. I depend on myself. I do what I say I'm going to do. That's what confidence is. You do it anyway. You do it when you're scared. You do it because it has to be done. You do it because it needs to be done. You do it, I don't want to be around this and I don't want to do this, but it has to be done. As a leader, right? You do it scared, baby. So if you don't trust yourself, you will second guess everything. That's one thing you'll do. You'll second guess it all. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay. Hold on, let me get this right. Okay, so we're gonna get back into it. Okay, so as we said, confidence is you second guess everything. This is when you don't trust yourself, you second guess everything. You don't believe in yourself. You're not consistent, right? You start and stop everything, and you doubt your abilities to feel. And you doubt your abilities, and you feel insecure. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, my screen is over here doing what it want to do. But when you trust yourself, when you trust yourself, you walk differently, you talk differently, you decide differently, you move differently, and you lead differently. When you trust yourself, you move differently. When you don't trust yourself, you're indecisive, right? You just do whatever in the moment. You know those ones, they just go with the flow? They just go with the flow, and we like, that's goals right there. I want to be at that point that I could just go with the flow and not stress out about this and not stress out about that. But they don't even have they don't have self-trust. They don't have confidence. They're insecure. They go with the flow. Those ones, let me tell you something that you never knew. And I'm going to tell you now because I'm going to say it out loud. People that say, I can go anywhere and fit in. Baby, that's a toxic trait. That is a people-pleasing skill. Now, this is what you should be feeling and saying. I'm comfortable going anywhere. I am comfortable to be in any room. Thank you for the follow. I am comfortable because I'm comfortable with me. I don't have to change me up to sit at this table laughing at jokes that's not funny. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to go over here because, hey, this is where everybody at and I need to network and I'm going to get in a groove and I'm going to do what they do. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. One second. I got to make sure I want my son's school calling because, baby, that's the second born. He does whatever they said he did, baby, he did it because he's his mama's child. But That's what I'm not going to do, right? I don't have to go and fit in anywhere to feel validated. My self-worth. No, that's a people-pleasing trait. We're not doing that no more. But you can be comfortable wherever you are because you know who you are. You have self-trust. You have confidence. You trust yourself. So let's look at small ways, okay? So let's look at it. But when you trust yourself, you walk differently. We talked about that. You speak differently. You move differently because you know if I decide to do something, I will do it. That's it. I will do it. Self-trust is quiet confidence. It's not loud. It's not arrogant. It's solid. You're just a solid person. You said you're going to do it. You're going to do it. Those are the ones that I respect and I love. Do you understand? People love to ask me or depend on me because they know I'm going to show up. They know they can ask everybody else. They mama, they baby daddy, they cousin, they can ask anybody else. But they know for a fact when they ask Coach Nye, oh, that's guaranteed. She's going to be there. If don't nobody else show up, she's going to be there because her word, she said it, it shall be so. I love it. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. However, now if something come up, I give you ahead of time. I don't wait to the day of. I don't wait to the hour of. I give you heads up because I understand. This is what I do. I put myself in people's shoes. If I'm not going to show up, whether it's an appointment or whatever it is, especially if you're doing a service for me and I'm not going to show up and I know I can't make it, even if I feel like it's a little doubt that I can't make it, I'm going to call you a whole day prior and let you know I'm not coming because what I just did is gave you the opportunity to put money back in your pocket by putting somebody else in that slot. Do you see that? You see how considerate I am? I think not about just me. I think about the next person. That's what you have to do. So, as we said, it's not quiet. Self-trust is quiet confidence. I'm sorry. Thank you for the follow. Now, you don't need everyone else to believe in you when you believe in yourself. That's what self-trust is. You don't work. Thank you, Hardy, for the follow. You don't worry about everybody else believing in you. When you start to step into your purpose, step into your power, step into your leadership position, when you start becoming who God called you to be, you don't worry about what everybody else. You don't need nobody else to believe in you. Maybe there's a point in time that you would sit back and say, man, why won't nobody help me? They won't share my videos. They won't do this. They won't say this. They won't come up. They won't even buy into what I'm selling. Your own people. You hear that all the time on videos. Your own people. It be your own people. Yes, it be your own people. But why are you worrying about what your own people doing? Because here's the thing. If your own people ain't supporting you, right? You just deal with it accordingly. You can't sit and wait till I become to now, oh, I support and I do. No, you're not on the team. You didn't make the cut because tryouts was when I was first starting. Tryouts for the team was when I was first building. Tryouts when you said, oh, if you need anything, call me, I'll help you. And then you reach out and they don't. They didn't make the team, right? So it is not your responsibility. They are not your responsibility. What God just did, instead of getting mad, what God just did for you is this. God said, okay, I'm taking you higher, but these people can't go. While you're sitting here crying and hollering, talking about when nobody help you, God is already separating you, making you set apart from everyone else. Yes, in the beginning it's going to hurt. Yes, people are going to laugh. People are going to talk. People are going to do. That's what people do. But right now, I'm setting you apart because where I'm taking you, they're not going to know the language because they did not come to class when you first started. So you don't need anybody to believe in you. You got to learn to believe in yourself. Okay? So start making small promises and keeping them. Small promises. Realistic promises. Right? This is when your life changes. When you start making small promises and keeping them, your life starts to change. A lot of people try to change their whole life overnight. That overnight success, right? Everybody wants that overnight success. But you got to work your way up to that success. Yeah, I don't care what it is. You want a trendy or a viral video, you got to work yourself up to that. Meaning that, are you confident in that? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that this is so? Is that your goal that you're trying to make? Do you believe in yourself? Then what is your content? If you believe in that wholeheartedly and you so focused on getting this viral video, then you go ahead and you chase those doggone analytics and different things like that. But if you, like me, thank you so much, the hair attitude, for the follow. Listen, but if you're like me, I don't chase no analytics. I don't chase no anything. I'm not chasing a bag. I don't chase $1. I don't chase anything. Blessings and everything come to me because my energy is clean. I don't have to do an affirmation. I don't have to sit crisscross Indian style. I don't have to sit under the moon with no moon water. I don't have to light no candles. I don't have to say a thing of rituals. I don't have to do any of that. Let me explain to you what I do. I stay in good energy. I do what God told me to do, and I practice what I preach, and then I become her. I believe a thing, and I don't sit in no waiting season talking about I'm just waiting on God. I ain't got to wait on God. I'm already in the divine timing. You guys are looking for divine timing, and I'm already in divine timing because divine timing is in the second, in the moment that you are in right now. Thank you, champ, for the follow. No. So I don't look for overnight success. So a lot of people try to have that life, that whole life changed over the overnight. Their whole life changed. You say, I wake up at 5 a.m., work out at 5 p.m., eat perfect, read every day. Y'all ain't gonna do that. You're gonna start a business. You say all these things, journal every day, drink water, a whole gallon of water. Y'all know y'all get ridiculous. I'm gonna start drinking a whole gallon of water. Baby, first off, you gonna go from, well, this ain't back in the day, because back in the day we used to do 40s. Listen, don't judge me. But listen, you go from taking shots every night to having cocktails every night to having beers and Coronas to having all of that. And you said, I'm not going to do that. Tomorrow morning I'm drinking a gallon of water. Then good luck for you. You're going to pray for an hour. That's what you say. You won't never pray. The quickest prayer it is thank you, God, for this food I'm about to eat. And that's after you done ate half your burger. Now, then you say I'm going to post content every day, but you're too lazy to get up and spruce yourself up or do something to make the content. You too lazy to do that, but you want your life to change overnight. But what happened when you make those promises because you want your life to change overnight? You fail. You fail in a week and feel worse than before. You feel worse about yourself. Because now what you did was, I told you have to rewire your brain. My brain knows that at this time that I'm going to be at somebody's bar. I'm going to be sitting around doing this, mixing and doing whatever it is that I do. My brain knows this. So when 10 o'clock come, baby, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's happy hour somewhere. You hitting it, right? But then you tell your brain, I'm going to do this. That's the what if. We talked about that. If y'all been following me for a while, you throw the what if in there, right? But your what if is toxic. You tell your brain that we go do this at 10 o'clock, but now I'm going to drink a gallon of water instead. So what if? So when you throw the what if in there, when you change the way you think, what happens, your brain starts to say, okay, so we got something else to do. Wait a minute now. We're not doing this. We're not hitting the bottle at 10 o'clock. We got a gallon of water. I don't know. We never drunk this before, but she said, now she threw the what if in there. She threw something else in there. Now, conviction comes because the thought is there. That's why you feel worse off about yourself. But had you never said, we're going to drink a gallon of water, and you just said, I'm just go about your same routine, if that bottle of water sat in front of you, you won't feel convicted because you're not drinking it. You just be like, move that out the way. Gallon of water. I like being dehydrated. Look at my skin. Yes, I love being dehydrated. Listen to how I talk. I love smoking. Sound like a grown man. Yeah, that's your thing. Thank you, Edison, for the light. So that's why you feel worse off about yourself, because now you're being convicted because of what you told yourself. You told yourself something else. So if you're going to rewire your brain, make sure it's not with something toxic. Now, confidence and discipline. Now listen to this. Now, if y'all missed yesterday, you can go back to it. It's housed on my YT. My YT is Chat with Coach Nye. So listen, confidence and discipline are built with small wins, not big plans. Small wins, not big plans. Let's start small. Let's look at the small. I'll drink 1 bottle of water a day. Thank you so much, Edison. I will walk for 10 minutes. You see, these are realistic. I will read 2 pages, not the whole chapter. I will journal for 5 minutes, not sitting there trying to write it all out, not trying to be, okay, I'm about to write a book. No, thank y'all for the likes. Listen, I'll wake up when my alarm goes off, meaning that I'm going to get on out the bed. I ain't even going to hit snooze. Whatever it is, right? Thank you for the shares, the likes, and the follows. Thank you, guys. Come on in. I will clean 1 area. See, this is the Lead Her morning show because I'm talking to all my women. Thank you for the follow, mama. Listen, I ain't saying y'all nasty. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you don't give yourself any time because you're so busy with the kids, with work, the husband, the house, the everything that you don't take the time to put stuff back. This is what I want you to start. I'm not saying go in and do a deep cleaning on your house today. Because, baby, that you got to build up to that. What I'm saying is, get in the habit when you get your flat irons out, after it's done, because, baby, let me explain something to you. You are still going to be in your bathroom long enough for those flat irons to be cold down. So, unplug it. Finish doing what you're going to do, your last minute makeup, your last minute. You know you do this 20 different times. Leave out, come back. Then you change it back up. Wrap them flat irons up. Put them up. Start trying to put things back where they belong. You take it from there, you put it back. Because every time that you take it from them, put it on the table. Half of y'all don't even use y'all dining room tables because it's filled up with everything. Last year mail. You know, everything. Receipts that you never, because you were taught to always keep your receipts down. You got a pile of this. You got a pile of that. You got this. Or when you just like, you know what? I don't know what to do with this. Not throw it in the drawer. No, this is what I want you to practice. Clean 1 area a day, but start off by putting it back. This is the rule of my house. And I have kids. And even when they were babies, people would come in my house and say, I can't believe you got kids. I don't see none of their toys. My baby was 1 year old and he knew how to put his toys back when he finished. I wasn't a strict parent. I wasn't any of that. It's just that the fact he seen me pick up, so he picked up. I taught him, clean up, everybody, everywhere. Barney, come on now. Don't act like y'all don't know. Y'all probably don't know because y'all little babies. Right? So put it back. That's it. That's it. And even with my kids now, everything has a space. That's what I teach them. Everything has a place and a space. My table is not your space. My countertop is not your space. My floor is not your space. It's your book bag, then guess what? You have a whole room. Go put it behind your door. Don't hang it on the door because you're going to break it, but put it behind the door. Put it in your closet. I don't care what you do when you get to your room, but you better put it somewhere that you're just not throwing it and junking it up. Everything has a space, but we had to build up to that. So no, I'm the type of person that if someone popped up at my home, I don't have to say, excuse my home. Because my home is always tight. It lived in. Yes, we lived there. It's not so perfect that you don't want to touch nothing. No, it's just that things are where it's supposed to be. And that's a habit you have to get into. So start right there, okay? Thank you, Zena. That's what I'm going to call you for the follow. Zina, because I can't. Yep. Thank you, boo. And then I want you to write 1 idea. Not jot down your whole your therapy session of what's going on in your head. No, just write 1 idea. Don't get overwhelmed with, you want to make content. Okay, write 1 idea. Don't go in looking at, let me see. What's your name? It says Shanae, oh my God. Listen, don't go look at her content and say, okay, I'm going to do it like, no. If you don't get back on your profile and do your own thing. Do you understand? And then, start small with praying for 5 minutes versus trying to say, you know what, I'm going to take a whole hour. I'm just going to get to myself and I'm just going to pray. Work your way up to praying 5 minutes. Sometimes you can only get to 5 seconds. Thank you, God. But next time, okay, thank you, God. I bless your holy name. Okay? The next time, Lord God, I come boldly before your throne to bless your name, for you are worthy to be praised. And keep it going. You keep building on it. And then go to bed on time. First off, what's on time? Let me tell you what's on time. What is not It is not when everybody else is put down. When I'm done putting the kids down, washing the dishes, getting the school packed, getting this, getting the clothes ready for tomorrow. Hell no. 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 Women, no. I'm telling you no. And the reason why I'm telling you no is because that became a habit and it became our life. What we do becomes our reality. Nipping that in the bud. We're going to start over new. Let me explain to you what going to bed on time is. You're in control. Matter of fact, I don't care if you got a husband. You're in charge of that household. Do you understand that? Everything goes through you. Whether he's an a-hole or not, everything goes through you. I'm telling you. Thank you. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how mean he is. Let me tell you something. When he gets sick, guess who we run into? Boy, just cough. You ain't, just cough. Get the mucus out your throat. They coming to you. When they can't figure it out, they so tough, but they coming to you. When they got a problem, they coming to you. You run the household, so therefore you put everybody on your time. Do you understand me? It's not hard. You don't have to go in there military style. You don't have to go in there. No, you put it on your time. Let me explain something to you. When we had to shut down and the kids had to start working from school, home. I started working from home and they doing school from home. My babies was in the 6th grade and that little one, I think he was in the 2nd. It's the second born baby. That's me. I birthed me all over. I told my boys, I said, listen, we never done this before. Okay? I have to work from home. This is my first time working from home. So things got to, even though I know what my job is, things are a little bit different now. You are working, from home. You're doing your school from home. So here's the thing. When you see me with my headphones on, because I didn't have an office, when you see me with my headphones on, you should be walking around here in quiet mode because you need to respect what I'm doing. When I look at you, you should have your headphones on and I shouldn't have to interrupt you and say, do your job. I want you to pretend like the teacher is here. See, I had to put rules and we had to come together and I had to ask them, okay, so what is it of you that you expect out of me during this time? Because we're going to get a full understanding here. And that was the thing. We had open communication. Baby, when I tell you, and I told you he was in the 2nd grade. This is that second born that if they call me and said he did it, baby, I know he did it. However, because we respect each other, I had no problems with them. I didn't have to hover over them. I didn't have to sit and say, okay, what's 2 + 2? I need you to think. Come on now. You got 2 apples, add them together, put the 2 apples there. What do you think? I didn't have to do that. My kids' blessings. I didn't have to be that mom upset doing math. I didn't have to do that. But it was the understanding. This is my household. I chose to bring them because it could have went this way. This is what you're going to do. Women, we are the heartbeat of the family, okay? So being the heartbeat of the family, you have to know when, where, and how. It's up to you. It's up to you, okay? So when it's bedtime, you create the time. You don't let the kids tell you, oh, Mom, let me get 30 more minutes. Shut up. Boy, you better lay low. I love to say that. That's from Whitney Houston. Now, remember she was on stage. You better lay low. I'm trying to tell you, you better watch out, little dude. This is what we're doing. And so I tell my kids, this is what we're doing. This is your bedtime. Because it's not just about you. I got to get rest too. So I had those conversations with my kids. I didn't do the whole, let me get on y'all level and talk. No, bro, we about to have a conversation. This is what we will have. And that conversation looked like, I'm human just like you are. Hey. Wealth, hey, I'm human just like you are. Thank you, David, for the follow. My feelings get hurt just like yours do. You're no special. Guess what? Sometimes I don't like you either. You can't stand me, and baby, sometimes I don't like you either. But you're my child. I love you. But I don't like your attitude. I'm honest with we have open conversations, and guess what they do? They respect it. So when I'm having a bad day, the second born, he comes a little bit later, but I'm going to tell you about it, and I'm going to get back into the class. My oldest is immediately attentive to what I'm going through, right? He's like my dad. I don't know. He's attentive, so he makes sure that my mental is good. So if I'm having a bad day, if I want to talk, okay, he'll listen. He don't do much talking. He listens. He's a man. He listens. He ain't got too much to talk about. Thank y'all for the follow. Thank you, Wealth, and thank you, SM. So what he would do is he would sit back and he'd listen to me and he'd like, okay. And then he'd go take care of the rest of the house. He'll either go wash the dishes, whatever it is. And my youngest, he's second born. I told you he just do stuff. Thank y'all for the follow. Thank y'all so much. And he will come in. But one thing about my second born is he's me. That boy will come, put hands on my forehead and start praying. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Chucky did the same thing. But my baby boy, he ain't always just bad. You know what I mean? He love his mom. So he pray over me, because one thing for sure, if I'm down, who's going to run the house? I am the heartbeat of the house. So when I say women, you set the tone of when to go to bed. It's not when everything is done. No. You got a dishwasher. A lot of y'all old school, y'all don't use your dishwasher. Let me explain something to y'all. And then, because y'all getting on my nerves. Because my mama say, I still hand wash my dishes, and that's good for you. But God bless me that I don't have to. I'm a single mom, so that I don't have to sit and work myself over hard. It's just like a microwave. Listen to this. They created a microwave. You went and got a microwave. You ain't warming up your stove no more, right? So it's for convenience, right? So my thing with the boys is, okay, fine. They know how to wash dishes, but there should never be a dish in the sink when we have a dishwasher. Just put it in there. And at the end of the day, start it. That's it. You want to hand wash, then hand wash. You can do whatever make you happy, but it does not make you lazy to do something that was created to help you, especially as a single mom, go through. Get away from the whole rituals and the values and the morals that you grew up with and create your own. So what time do you want to go to bed? You want to go be in the bed by 8 o'clock? Then okay. Then everybody, as the woman of the house, you put everybody on that time, meaning that this needs to be done, because when I go to bed at 8 o'clock, ain't nothing going on. I don't care. You should already have your shower. You should be in your room. I don't care. I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock. Don't come in here bother me. Don't come in here, hey, I was just thinking, and you better not come in here talking about so I got this project tomorrow. Mink, mink. Don't do it, right? So women, set the tone. Set the tone. You need your rest just as well. Anyway, and don't hit the snooze. So small promises kept daily. This will build self-trust. Self-trust builds confidence. Confidence changes your life. Okay? So let's get into the next thing. Small wins. Small wins create big confidence. Now, we talked about yesterday with confidence, right? We talked about it's not you become confident and then you do a thing, meaning that, I'll go live when I feel confident. No, it's the actions that you do that will build the confidence. The action, you do it again, you practice. You do it again, you practice, and that's how confidence is built. Thank you, Golden Girl, for the follow. So, and for the ones that just came in, welcome to the LeadHER Morning Show. This is where I teach leadership, healing, self-love, discipline, and teaching you how to become the woman that God called you to be through leadership, okay? Men, you are invited as well, because it won't hurt to learn some things. This is all about leadership, self-discipline, okay? So, small wins create big confidence. Hey, Fanny, don't try to change your whole life this week, okay? Don't try and change your whole life this week. Now, we're doing change. I'm teaching you how to heal. I'm teaching you how to become the best person, the best woman that you can be, the best version of you. I'm teaching you that. Sorry. I don't know if it's too dark. I'm sorry. So I'm teaching you how to do that. So you can't change your whole life in 1 week. Thank you, Fanny, for the follow. Just become the person who keeps small promises to yourself. Now, when you step into this version of yourself, like this is the strongest version I've ever been of myself. Like I tapping into this part of me, tapping into the person that I am today. And looking back on it, it's not hard. It's just that I had to believe that I was already her. I was chasing a thing to become, but I was already her. Okay? So discipline. What is discipline? Discipline is self-respect. We've been talking about discipline. We've been talking about leadership. The very first morning show we did, which was Monday, we talked about leadership. And in leadership, in order to be a leader, you have to learn how to lead yourself. Self-leadership is what we learn. So discipline is self-respect. When you are disciplined, you are saying things like, I respect my body, my time, goals, future, purpose, mind, and my life. When you're not disciplined, this is what you give and this is what you say. I don't care about my future. That's basically what you're saying. I don't care about my future, my health, my goals, my time, and I don't care about becoming better. I don't care about becoming her. I don't care. So a lot of people look at discipline when they think of discipline military, like, I don't want nobody telling me what to do and this, that. Baby, it's discipline over you. It's nobody else. Nobody else matters. It's discipline over you. You. The first step in leadership is leading yourself. You can't lead a family. You can't lead anybody until you learn to lead yourself. You have a lot of people that's in management positions and leadership positions, but that does not mean that they're a leader. Right? Just because you're not out here acting boastful, beating your chest and acting like, you the one in charge does not mean that you're the leader. Listen, those ones that act like that, and I told you guys, what is the stance? The stance that you can tell who's the leader. I can go in a room and see who the leader is. Not because they sit and they stay quiet. No. It's because the way they carry, it's their aura. It just happens. It just happens. So, let me go in this one. Okay. So discipline, we talked about discipline. It's about you don't care about anything. Discipline is not punishment. Thank you so much for the flower. Thank you for the follow. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is not being strict, and discipline is not being miserable. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want right now. So whatever it is that you want most, future over what you want right now. Right now, you're just saying, I want to be a content creator. So you have to change things about yourself. You can't be lazy. You can't do these things. So you have to change. So therefore, you can become. Hold on, let me do this. Get this person out of here. I just don't like nonsense. Thank you so much, preach y'all. So discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want right now. So discipline says, I don't feel like it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Discipline also says, I'm tired, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm scared, but I'm going to do it. I'm busy, I'm going to do it. I don't want to, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's what discipline does. That is self-respect. Discipline is self-respect. Being lazy is easy. Excuses are easy. Quitting is easy. But discipline is hard. Discipline is hard, but discipline builds a life you are proud of. Builds a life you're proud of. Let's look at, I'm a personal trainer. So as a personal trainer and I'm training others, right? And they stay consistent. See, they're proud of themselves because no one else did it. And I always remind them when I'm training them that I'm doing absolutely nothing. I'm just standing here. I am not in charge of how many reps you do. I'm just standing here. What you're doing has nothing to do with me. I told you what you needed to do and you did it. You just wanted somebody there, a supervisor. Because I'm that personal trainer. Personal trainer one-on-one is you train them until they can do it on their own. So I don't train them to be codependent on me so they constantly paying me. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I'm training you so you can do it on your own. Now, if you need me to supervise you, pay you to teach you the workout and supervise you and stay that way forever, then that's a you thing. But me, I'm upfront and honest with you. I'm only here so you can learn to do it on your own. And every rep that they do, and every time they scream a little bit and cry a little bit, and you know what is the best? When you're training and you start crying, you get emotional. It's not that you're emotional because it's hard. It's the fact that you're fighting through when you want to quit. You're going to do it anyway. You're going to keep going anyway. So a lot of people get emotional. I get emotional. When I'm training, I get emotional. Yeah, because I'm doing it. Me building my business. Listen, every time, I don't care, every like, every follow, every share, every gift, I tend to get a little emotional. Every rep that I do when I'm creating programs, I get a little emotional. Thank you, Lily, for the follow. I get a little emotional because of the fact I did it. There is no one that can take credit for anything. Building the Coach 9 production company, building the LeadHER movement, building the Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp. There is no one that can take credit for that but me and God, right? Thank you for the is 1111. I don't know if I even got that right. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Adam. What's up, Mr. Always at Work 84? What's up? Listen. So yes, I get emotional because I'm proud of myself. Discipline is hard, but discipline builds a life you are proud of. Thank you, David, for the follow. So listen, you deserve to become someone you are proud of. You deserve that. This is a very powerful message. Shoot, I just almost got a little emotional just thinking about that because you deserve it. This is powerful for, especially for women, for people that's in leadership, that's in healing and self-love. You know, that's what I teach. I teach all of that. A lot of people don't keep promises to themselves because deep down they feel they're not good enough. They're not important, not worthy, capable. It's too late. Hello, Ivo. It's too late. I'm too broken. I'm too far behind. You take that too late, too broken, too far behind and add it up to I'm too old. Like everyone else matters more than me. Hey, Dub, because I don't know how to even break that down. Thank you, friends, for the follow. Listen, a lot of women, we have given up our lives to take care of everybody and they mama. Think about it. You could be the only girl in your family. Baby, you don't have to take care of your brothers. You don't have to do stuff that you didn't want to do. You got to take care of the family. You could be the oldest girl of the family. You have to cook. You got to take care of this. Oh, you the one that got the good job. You got to pay this because we family. You going to let your family be homeless? You had to open up your door to your siblings. When they disrespect you, you had to do all these things to your in-laws. They get to come into your house and disrespect you. You're always being disrespected, but they cannot disrespect you without you being there. Meaning that if I never invited you in my home, you can't disrespect me. If I wasn't paying your phone bill, then you couldn't disrespect me. If I wasn't paying this, then you couldn't drive your tail over here to disrespect me. You have to learn to cut it off. You are good enough. You have to say enough is enough. No. You deserve to become someone that you're proud of. Because let me tell you something about your little crumb snatcher kids. Especially that second born. Baby. That's it. Until they get in your shoes. Then it's like, oh, mama, how did you take care of us single? I know my kids told me this. I said, I don't understand. Why y'all don't ask your dad for something? They said, because dad ain't got much money. Dad ain't got much money. Because he live in an apartment. And then when they go visit, he got a 2-bedroom, but the other bedroom is empty. I said, why do you think your daddy ain't got no money? Well, because we live in a big old house. I don't care. What? Your daddy is a command sergeant major of the United States Army. That joker got some money. Do you understand me? Me and their dad don't beef. You know, we're parents. So don't you... Thank you for the follow. Don't be coming up against me, bruh. Go ask your daddy. He'll do it. See, he don't have the extra, y'all keep the lights on all night and the TV's on all night. He don't have that high electric bill, the gas bill, the water bill, because y'all just running water just because. He don't have all that. Do you understand? He don't have the extra, oh, you get a ticket. Now that you got a ticket and you on my insurance go. He don't have all that. So I'm going to need you to back up, get back and go ask your daddy. I have to remind them. He ain't poor. He's living simple, which is good. Y'all not there every day. You don't look like y'all gonna ever stay there every day because they ain't put no bed in the second bedroom. That's a key right there. It's red flag. You getting these kids. You better lay low. You getting these babies. Don't worry about it. But they're kids. They just assume that, okay, mom got more than dad. They just assumed. Right? Y'all don't even try and read that. Now, one thing I don't do when people come and they come on the live and they're constantly putting things on the live, what happens is, and I believe in this, and you don't have to. Okay, there we go. If people put things on their rituals, their spells, you don't know what it is, and you're just repeating it, and you done repeated it and summon a whole doggone demon up in your house, and you just like, wait a minute, why is everything going wrong? I was just listening to Coach Now, I said I'm gonna do well, now I got hair growing out the wall. But no, I'm dead serious. So those are the type of things that you have to be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself, right? You are not too old, you're not too broken, you're not too far. It's just that you've given into everybody. Baby, you just dehydrated. Your skin dry because you dehydrated. You get them thirst blood sucking jokers up out of your life, baby, you'll be hydrated. You'll glow. Look at me, I'm glowing. I don't have nothing attached to me that I don't want to be attached to. Do you understand? You can attach to me all you want. But if I don't want you, see, I'm in charge of what attaches to me. I'm in charge. I'm the fruit. I'm the fertilizer. I grow things. So if people come into my life and attach themselves to me, yes, they're going to grow, but I'm growing the wrong fruit. Do you understand? I'm growing the fruit that's going to come and attack me later. A lot of y'all got people in your life that come into your life just friendly. Hey, friend. Hey, what's up, sis? Right? And the whole time they only coming in to take from you, so they can become you and try and chop you down. No. Be proud of yourself. Pour into yourself. Stop looking for someone else to be proud of. Stop looking for, you don't need anybody else other than you and God. That is it, and that is all. So you deserve to become someone you're proud of. You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to be disciplined, confident, peaceful, successful, strong, healed, respected, consistent. You deserve to be a leader. You deserve to be consistent as a leader. A leader. You deserve to change your life. You deserve to grow. You deserve to become better. You deserve to be the woman you look up to. You deserve to be that. I stepped into her. When I tell you I'm so proud of me, people can look at it as arrogant. People can look at it any kind of way, but baby, I'm proud of me because where I came from to who I am today, I went through the whole people talking about me, the humiliation, the, using me, taking from me. I went through those things. Thank you so much for the 743 for the follow. You guys, if you haven't followed, go ahead and follow. If you have followed, thank you. If you sent gift, thank you for the gifts, the likes and the shares. Thank you so much. I've been through so much in my life to get to where I am today. And there is nobody that can take credit for it other than me because I answered the calling that God gave. I had my Lazarus moment. God called me to the front of the tomb and I did not get scared. I was not shaken. I walked out in the tomb. But let me tell you what happens when you have your Lazarus moment. When you have your Lazarus moment, what happened is God will call you. You will have your calling. That is time for you to step into whatever it is that you're supposed to. Hey, lovely. Listen, whatever it is that he's calling you to be, he'll call you to the front of the tomb. Now, I want you to just imagine this. It's you and everybody else that's in the cave. God calls the people that's set apart, right? He calls us all, right? He called this person. This person don't go because they're not set apart. They're not ready. They don't understand. They don't want it. They want to stay in survival mode. But when God called me to the front of the tomb, yes, I stepped out. Now, before I stepped out, just imagine this, right? That as I'm walking out of the cave, right? As I'm walking out of the cave, there's everybody else that's there that's saying, man, you know, if you go out there, you know what happened to such and such when they did this. Man, if you quit your job, this is what's going to happen. Man, you know, a business, it take like 3 years for it to get to rolling. Man, you know, I wouldn't do it. You should listen to me. There was everybody. But when I walked out of that tomb, let me explain something to you. When Lazarus walked out the tomb, he was still wrapped up. So we're going to get back to that. When I walked out of the tomb, everybody in the tomb was still looking from the side. Their name's getting called, and they're like, let me see what's going to happen to her. And baby, for the first steps, I stumbled. Meaning the first couple of years, I stumbled. The first steps, I stumbled because I'm still wrapped. Meaning that I still have some pieces of me that's from survival mode. And from survival mode, these are the things I don't know how to come out of survival mode. You can't come unwrapped until you learn where is the ending of the piece at, right? So you can start unraveling yourself. So all this time that I'm walking, and people, what they see in their physical eyes is, man, see, look, she failed. They see me fall. They see me stumble. They see me cry. They see me crawling. They see me, oh, she going crazy. She beating herself up now. They see me doing this. They seen all that with their physical eyes. But what's happening in the spiritual is God was teaching me how to unravel myself and not have to have everybody else help to find that peace. Because you find the beginning and we're going to get to the end. The end is when I step completely out of survival mode. Thank you so much. When I step completely out of survival mode and stepped into the healed version of me, of who God called me to be. See, there is no one there when I was going through it. There's no one there, but he always made sure that each step I found. So what they seen was me falling, but that's what they see in their physical eyes. And their spiritual eye, I'm falling because of the blessings that he's putting on me is too heavy to carry. Do you understand? The tears that they see with their physical eyes is the tears of gratitude and joy and peace and happiness because I'm stepping out of something and walking into something new. What they seen is, yeah, me doing this because I'm scared, because I'm back in survival mode. Like, no, I'm scared. I don't know what's ahead of me. But then once I realized, I walked straight forward. Do you understand? So that's how I became who I am today. It's not because I was afraid. It's not because I had confidence. Confidence comes after you do action. You have to walk into it, keep practicing, confidence come. Do you understand? So I had to leave what I once knew and walk into something that's totally different. And once I got on the other side, and now that I'm her, I'm proud of me. See, that's the reason why I say I'm proud of me. I don't say I'm proud of me because, oh, you started a business. No, I'm proud of me because all the crawling I had to do. See, when I was on the floor crying, there was no one there. There was no one there. Nobody picked me up. It was times that I don't even know how I got into bed. I was totally sober, didn't drink, doing any of that. On the floor from crying, from being so weak. It was, I don't know how I got there, but I know I got in the bed because God carried me to the bed. The times when I was so depressed and I was just withering away and losing weight. My oldest son, his middle name is Gabriel. That's good news. Good news walked in my room, took me outside because he knew I needed that. He didn't say, Mom, you looking bad. You need to. No, he knew that I was going through. Good news came through my door and took me outside. Because what's so important about outside? What's so important about outside? God created us from the earth. How do you get yourself back aligned? By going outside. Because when you stay on the inside will eat you up. It will eat you up from guilt, depression, anxiety, stress. You have to step out of what you were once in and go outside. Thank you for the follows, you guys. Go outside. Allow God to speak to you. So now the people that looked at me now, instead of them looking and saying, see, you see, she falling, you see, now they get to see me with their spiritual eyes. So when you say God will have a table in front of your enemies, or God will make them your footstool, baby, stop looking for that to happen and understand that's in your life right now. It's in your life right now. People are looking up right now at your table. It's the ones that was sitting right at your table. The ones that you was pouring into. The reason why they came after you is because they see in you what you don't see in yourself. So the jealousy, yes, they jealous of you eating at that table. But your whole thing is, I ain't got nothing on the table. I ain't got no lobster. But to them, looking in their physical eyes, baby, them ramen noodles with no packet. That cereal with no milk. Listen, at the end of it all, hey, Picasso, listen, they see what they see. What you see, I ain't got no milk. What they see is, but it's name brand cereal, though. Gotta hate on her. Gotta hate on them. Got to hate them. Start hating on this person. Do you understand? You have to be proud of yourself because your haters ain't proud of you because it ain't them. And then let me explain to you about your haters. After they see you doing good, they run to God. Why her, not me? Why him, not me? Why? Why, God? Why, Lord? God, I want that. I've been working hard. I've been doing this. And they can't get ahead. So you wanted to be me so bad. You wanted to do what I do so bad. You wanted to hate on me so bad, and you don't even understand that what's happening to you. No, it's not a spiritual attack, boo-boo. No, ain't nobody putting voodoo on you. Ain't nobody coming for you. You wanted my life, so you have to go through the process that I went through. See, you weren't made for this. See, when I was on the Ford assembly line, when God was creating me on that assembly line, he created me to have this much strength and this much heart and this much this, because he knew what was ahead of me. See, he made you with a little bit of that because that wasn't your path. That wasn't your role. See, my role was meant to be a little bit tough because I was created for it. Your role was to be a little bit soft because your character was to go in and show people how to love, but you're too busy trying to be me and you want to go thug it out and you ain't no thug. I'm just saying. Now you talking about some ain't nothing going right for me. It gotta be, they put a curse on me. It's a hex on me. It's spiritual. It's a spirituality. I'm being attacked. Ain't nobody being attacked. You just wanted to be me and you can't handle the shoes that I walk. You can't be me. I'm me. That's why I say be yourself. So your haters, yes, they're having a hard time right now. So they got to blame somebody, so it's your fault. My life was going good till you came in it. Yes, it was. It was going good. Because when I came into your life, I came into your life to build it. But you accepted it with, I want that. You accepted me into your life with envy and jealousy. So yes, had I not come into your life, you probably wouldn't have envy and jealousy. Yeah. A lot of people love to say, I'm being spiritually attacked. And they think it just doesn't dawn on them that they're the problem, that they need to go to God and say, what did I do? God, what is it that I need to fix about me in this moment so I don't feel like this? What is it in me that I need to fix in me that I don't hurt like this, or I don't feel this jealous feeling, or I don't feel this attachment? Because let me explain something to you about jealousy, and then we're going to get back on topic. I just feel led to say this. So listen. Jealousy works like this. It's not that they're jealous of you, right? So in life, in survival mode, you're taught to be angry. You're taught to be happy. And then there's jealousy. Those are the three things you know for sure. Those are the three emotions you know for sure, right? So in those three emotions, let's look at feelings. They hurt your feelings. You got happy, angry, jealous. They hurt your feelings, angry, and you act out of secondary emotions, not primary. Primary is they hurt your feelings, you cry. But you act out of anger because you don't know any better. Now, when someone make you laugh and they buy you a gift, it's happy, 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 happy. Confusion, I don't know what that is. Put it in angry. This is how your mind processes. Now, you love someone. You really like this person. And this could be same gender. It doesn't mean that you're, like that person intimately. It could just be, dang, I really like her haircut. I just really like her haircut. You a girl fan and you just, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She just this. I want to be like that. Not be her. I want to be like that. But you don't know what to categorize that at, because as I said, there's happy, angry, and then there's jealousy. There's no love. So where do you put when you love something or someone so bad? Jealousy. You put it in jealousy. And that's why I say a lot of people, it's not that they jealous. They just registered, their mind registered that emotion to the wrong feeling. Or that wrong emotion to the wrong feeling. However it goes. So now it's over here. So now when they start seeing you, because at first, thank you so much, Ranger, for the follow. At first, thank you so much, Chief Son, for the follow. At first, it was just like this. Like, man, I really like how you move. I really like that. Like, that's dope. That's dope. To now it's, wait, she said this better than me. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Safina. I think that's right. Thank you for the follow. Listen, is she talking about me? Because you're so drawn into who she is or he is, then now you go on their live, you used to support. You know, now when you see their videos, you used to support, but now you look at, are they talking about me? Wait, is they talking about me? Whole time, she's just speaking. I'm just speaking. It's probably somebody right now. Is she talking about me? You know? And then now they start looking at you sideways. Now they'll join your live. They won't say nothing. Now they'll see your videos. Then all of a sudden they'll slowly block you. They want to block you, and they block you because of the fact they don't want you to know that they unfollowed or something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying, throwing stuff out here. Or, they stop following you. They stop doing these things because of the fact they love you, but because they were only taught happy, angry, jealousy. They don't know where to put love at. They don't know where to put it, and they categorized it wrong. This is why I say a lot of people miss God-blessed opportunities, relationships, friendships, because of they act out of survival mode. Yeah. So that's why you have to give people grace. Jealousy is when you want something that someone else has. Yes, Kenneth. Yes. You have to give people grace. Instead of getting mad, I don't get mad at people because I'm a healed individual. If I was in survival mode, then I would say, oh, stay jealous of me because I don't care. Baby, what you do does not move me. Thank you statements for the follow. Does not move me. How you breathe does not move me. I have to stay consistent on who I am and who God called me to be and what God told me to do. And I'm gonna say this one more thing because I've been led to say this about spirituality for so long, but I just didn't. Let me explain something to y'all about spirituality. It is real, okay? It is real. Spiritual awakening, the dark night of the soul, all that is real. Yes, it is. However, let me explain something to you. When you go through your spiritual awakening and you go through your dark night of the soul, that is you versus you. Dark night of the soul is just you versus you. A person that's spiritual, that means that they don't believe in the whole religion and the whole, movement of we've been doing it like this. They look for truth. They live by truth and truth alone. That is it. They connect directly to God. That was the whole purpose of Jesus dying, to connect directly to God. And they don't go through all the extra stuff no more. And that's what it is. A lot of people that don't understand it, fear it, and say it's voodoo and all that stuff, and it's not. That's right. God is the source. So this is the problem with spirituality. You go through it. Yes, there are synchronicities. There are ways that you're learning to be in tune with your whole immune system, your whole nervous system and everything. I don't do invites because I'm teaching. You go through your whole nervous system. It's teaching you how to self-regulate your nervous system. It's teaching you how to step into your true authentic self, right? So that's what you do. And so in that moment that you're learning your nervous system, like, okay, let's give you an example. You used to get butterflies and you're like, something bad about to happen. And now you're learning this is the way God talk to you. This is your discernment. The problem with spirituality is people continue to chase. Self-control, exactly. They continue to chase a thing. Meaning they're still chasing synchronicities. They're still chasing. And this is when a whole new realm wakes up because now they're looking for something. Spirituality, you're not looking for something because it's already within you. You have the ones that say, I'm going to be ascended master. I'm going to be this and I'm going to be that. And I'm going here and I'm going here. You're reaching for something that's not. And that's why that's the free will. What do you choose? Do you choose God or do you choose to go and find deities? You have to find them. They will call you and you go find and learn about them. No. So spirituality, once you go through it, here is the other side of it. If you want to know if you're healed or if you're ready, God see you as ready, you'll find yourself back to being normal, right? Knowing that you don't need a synchronicity to show you or get your attention because you know God's voice. So if you're still chasing the synchronicities, the signs, and the this, and you're looking for that, you are not healed. You are still trying to figure out what you need to do. You still need to figure out what is your balance. That's how you tell the difference. Have I healed? Have I come out on the other side, or am I still over here because this is what you think life is all about? Looking for the signs. No. When you're on the other side, like I'm just balanced. I'm balanced. I'm healed. I know who I am. I know what I need to do. I can hear God's voice. I know my cues. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not questioning, asking God. Right, chasing the dragon. I'm not asking God like, should I do this? Should I do? I understand that if I'm not supposed to do it, he wouldn't have it in my face. The real question is, okay, God, what is it that you need me to do in this moment with this? It's in my face. What do you need me to do with it in my face? So I just had to get that out there. Don't know why, but it was been sitting on me. So with the whole jealousy thing, understand that. So listen. So what we talked about is you deserve to be someone you are proud of. And we talked about you deserved all these things. You deserve to be the woman that you look up to. Thank y'all so much for the follow. If you haven't followed, go ahead and follow. If you missed any of this episode, it will be on my YouTube. My YouTube is Chat with Coach Nye. Go check it out. It's under the playlist. I got a bunch of playlists, but stay to the end and I'll give you a rundown of everything. Look at my link tree, subscribe to everything. Okay? And my podcast. I got some new episodes out there. It's a teacher leadership course. My podcast is Chat with Coach Nye. Thank y'all for the follow. Thank y'all. So listen, you deserve to become the woman you look up to. Not for other people, not for social media, and not validation. But so when you look in the mirror, you are proud of who you see. That's what you need. When you look in the mirror, you're proud of who you see. Work on yourself, right? Work on yourself so that you are proud of yourself. Always do that. Work on yourself so you're proud of yourself. Not impressed, not perfect, but proud. You are so welcome, Fred. You guys come on in. No, I thank y'all. I'm trying to keep going before I get emotional. I got 115 people in here and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for everything. It just shows that I'm not doing this in vain. So I appreciate you guys and I love you guys for that. Just a very appreciative person. So remember, work on yourself so that you are proud of yourself. You're not impressed. You're not perfect, but proud. You're proud. Okay? Be proud of your discipline. Be proud of your discipline. Be proud of your growth. Be proud of your consistency. Be proud of who you are becoming. Yeah. Oh, thank y'all for the follow. If you haven't followed, go ahead and follow. Thank you, Messina. I think I got that right. Thank you for the follow. So listen, we're about to get into the ARPIE. What is the ARPIE? If y'all don't have a notebook, go get your notebook because every platform I'm on, I give you homework. All this is about teaching you how to heal. It's teaching you how to step into your leadership and teach you how to heal. Rewire your brain. That's all I teach. So always have your notebook, okay? So let me give you what the ARPIE is. The ARPIE, if you want the reference card, it's on my website, tofbootcamp.com. Look in the shop and download it. It is $0. Just download it. Now, ARPIE is the 5 pillars. Thank you, Warren, for the follow. ARPIE is the 5 pillars, the foundation, the 5 pillars of the Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp. That is what I found. I'm the founder of the Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp. Excuse me. Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp is I teach you how to heal spiritually, mentally, and physically. That's what Trinity of Fitness Bootcamp is. So, being the founder of the LeadHER movement, I bring ARPIE wherever I go, right? So with ARPIE, it's the checks and balances. It's how you check yourself in the moment when you're going through. Thank you so much, Warren and Kenneth. When you're going through something, this is how you check yourself. You acknowledge what just happened. You release the negative self-talk or whatever it is that's negative, right? You're going to practice, whether it's breathing, whether it's whatever it is, taking a walk, whatever. Inner explore, which is your self-reflection. What part did you play? I didn't say take responsibility. What I'm saying is, what part did you play? Meaning that how did that person get so close to you to take you to 100? Because you left your gate open. We talk about the gate, right? The gate is boundaries. You lifted your boundaries. Thank you so much for the follow. And then empower. Empower is you being proud of yourself. You know, you rooting yourself on. We don't worry about anybody else anymore. Now let's get into ARPIE. Here's something that you can look at. So acknowledge. What promises have I made to myself but not kept? Ask yourself. What promises have I made to myself but not kept? Release. Release guilt and excuses. Release the guilt and excuses. Then I want you to practice. Practice this. Complete one promise to yourself today. Thank you for the follow, Romeo. Yes, self-discipline. Right? Complete one promise to yourself today. One promise. If you that one that's, yeah, I'm going to do it. Yep. And you don't do it, baby, stick to one. Just one today. You ain't got to do all 20 of them because you that one that somebody call and be like, hey, can you do this? Yep. Can you do this? Yep. You overextend yourself and you never show up. And the next thing you know, you sitting back smoking. And you know once you smoke, y'all smoke. And that's why I can't stand the smokers because you know what? When they get to smoking, time is an illusion. I can't stand, listen, don't tell me. It's an illusion. They don't even, like, bruh, we got to be there. It's about to start. You said be here at 3:30. The cookout was going to start. Baby, you in here rolling. Ain't nothing on the grill. You ain't even got the charcoal from the store. You ain't got, don't even call me over here. I'm going to deal with the smokers. So listen, so practice, complete one promise to yourself today. Now, I, for inner explorer. Why don't I keep promises to myself? Do a self-reflection. Why don't you keep promises to yourself? And then E, for empower. Keep promises to yourself. I keep promises to myself. Tell yourself, because you have to rewire your brain, because your brain just said, okay, yeah, we're going to be there. We're going to be there. Your brain overextend because your brain already know what you're going to do. You're going to do none of it. But you have to tell your brain, throw that what if in there. When you throw that what if in there, what you're saying is, I'm going to do it. Now your brain like, wait a minute, hold on. It's a what if. What if I do it? Okay. If you do it, we don't know what that looked like. Now you have to program your brain on what that looked like. You have to execute. Now the next time when somebody say something, now you got two options. Your brain is like, okay, you cannot do it or do it. And how do I do it? It gives you the motivation to get up. Remember, motivation is an emotion. So don't get too stuck on emotion. Don't get too stuck on motivation. Saying I just need to be motivated. Motivation is an emotion. It goes up and down, just like emotions do. Motivation gets you started, right? That's the courage. Discipline keeps you going. There's the confidence. So let's do a recap of today's episode. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you lose self-trust. And self-trust is a foundation of confidence. So start small. Thank you, Adama, for the follow. So start small. Keep small promises and build discipline. Because discipline is self-respect. Discipline is self-respect, and you deserve to become someone you are proud of. Keep your word. That's right, Kenneth. Thank you, Optimist. The G. Okay? The G. Listen. Now, here's your homework. I want you to journal, what promises have I broken to myself? Now, I don't go back live on the Daily Morning Show until Monday. It's weekdays at 9:30. I just came on late today because I had a meeting. So it's weekdays at 9:30. So you got the whole weekend to do this. You can journal. What promises have I broken to myself? Your homework, complete one task fully. So between today and Sunday, baby, complete one task. I don't care if it's cleaning your house and you just cleaned off the table. Baby, that's where the most mess at anyway, on the table. Just clean the table. And then once you clean it, now we're going to practice discipline. Meaning that you got this tissue off the table, last year mail off the table, everything off the table, gave it a place. So now the discipline is when you go and drop something, you stop immediately because now you're rewiring your brain. And you pick it up and say, no, this goes somewhere until it becomes a habit, until it becomes what it is that you do, your routine. Now, your declaration. This is all your declaration is going to be. I usually do a long, let's talk about a declaration, but this is your declaration. I keep promises to myself. Repeat after me. I keep promises to myself. And then your scripture for today is Galatians 6:9. So let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So staying in confidence, understanding that self-discipline. So we talked about self-leadership. And today we talked about keeping promises to yourself. Yesterday was all about confidence, right? Confidence building. I'm just going back through right quick. And then, what was it? Wednesday? Stop self-sabotaging. What was the other one? Then Tuesday we did discipline over motivation. That was a good one. And then the first one is self-leadership. Thank you, Lena, for the follow. Listen. Let me explain something to you. If you missed any of these courses, any of these classes rather, our morning shows, you can catch it on my YouTube. Everything's going good, Brizo. You can catch it on my YouTube. My YouTube is Chat with Coach Nye. Let me give you the rundown of what's all on YouTube because you might get excited. You might want to shop around and learn something else. So every platform that you meet me on, you will get some kind of teaching, period. You're going to get homework. You're going to get it. It's a leadership teaching. It doesn't matter where you meet me at. So on YouTube, I have The Power Within that I do every other Monday. And it is a leadership course. It is under the Power Within Leadership Series playlist on YouTube. It is also, I also have the Cozy Sunday Chat with Coach Nye. What else do I have? I have the LeadHER Morning Show playlist. You can go back and check that out. I have the Women of the Bible. That's one that we're finishing up. I do that every Sunday. I go live over there. So go to my YouTube and chat with Coach Nye. Hit the notification bell so you can go live and see me live when I'm teaching that leadership course. But it's housed over there on my playlist as well. And it's the Women of the Bible and showing their leadership traits. And to show you the different things of what leadership is. Leadership is not just standing in front of people having followers. Like Ruth, we talked about last week, leadership is character. Her character was her leadership trait. Everybody knew who she was. Even when Boaz, when he found her, he was like, well, not found her, but when he finally approached and talked to her, he was like, I heard about the great things that you did. So it was her character. People knew her, right? So that's what I wanted to teach you, the different traits of leadership through women in the Bible. And so that's over there under the playlist. Where is it at? It is under Coach Nye Leadership Lounge playlist. So go check out my YouTube. My YouTube is Chat with Coach Nye, and check out all my playlists because the videos are there. Now, here on TikTok, I do the LeadHER Morning Show every weekday at 9:30. Unless I have a meeting, I may come late or I may not make it that day, but you can always go to the replay of the day before. Thank you so much, Vester Smart, for the follow. So that's what you can check out here. Also here weekly, every Sunday or Monday morning, I put out weekly homework assignments. Now, a lot of people just think that they're videos. They're just like, oh, it's a video, something with some words. No, it's homework. It's something that you can apply to you. So here under my playlist, go ahead and look under weekly homework assignment. It should be like 50, maybe 60 assignments in there that you guys can look at and you can just do. You can share it out to your friends, something that you guys can talk about. Take it to the tabletop talk. Tabletop talk is where you change discussions with your friends. You learn something new, whatever you learned in here. Leaders take responsibilities, not making excuses. You can take that to the table and ask, what do they think about that? What do they think about that? So let's talk about that topic real quick because there's one you could have at lunch. Leaders take responsibilities, not make excuses. There are two types of people who blame and people who take responsibility. Which one are you? Right? You could talk about that. You could talk about how blaming sounds. Blaming sounds like I don't have time. Nobody support me. I don't have money. Responsible leaders, what they say. I will make the time. I will make the time to learn. I will learn. I will start small. I will fix this. These are the things that they do. These are ways that you can break that whole toxic, messy conversations and bring things that's going to heal. I am the coach that's going to save the world. In order to save the world, I have to teach everyone how to heal, the ones that set apart just for me. So, if you haven't got your weekly homework assignment, go into my playlist here on TikTok and go on the playlist and watch the videos. Get you the latest one. That's your homework video. Now, I thank y'all for the follows. If you haven't followed, go ahead and follow. I'll give you two more sites that you can go to. My tofbootcamp.com, that is my website. If you want a life coaching session, you can book that there. If you want workout programs, you can get them there. If you don't know what you want, but you need something right now, I'm sorry, that's my alarm. I do my prayer 3 times a day, baby. Now, I got to give God gratitude because He getting a big one today. But there you can book a consultation, get a free 30 minutes life coaching session. That's it. 30 minutes is going to be general. So if you need that, you can book that one time and one time only, right? Your first session with me. So you can book that under my website, tofbootcamp.com. And go ahead and get on the email subscriber list so you can get all the updates that's coming down the pipeline. That I send out emails. I send out weekly homework emails. So every Sunday or Monday, you're going to get an email of the homework assignment for that week. So if you go ahead and if you go ahead and get on the subscriber list, tofbootcamp.com. And I have my group me. My group me text is where you can download. I put homework there. It's 4 different topics that I put an assignment in. And you can grab the assignment if you want to. You can do it. You can put it in the comments. You can do whatever you want. If you need to get in contact with me ASAP, you can send me a message over on the group me. And I respond as quick as possible, right? So that's everything. If you missed anything, it is in my link tree in the bio. But all my accounts, TikTok. Oh, wait a minute. We ain't done yet. My podcast, baby. My podcast been doing a thing. I'm so grateful. On my podcast, I'm doing the Daniel, God's Plan. Every Thursday, I do an episode showing the leadership traits through the book of Daniel. So I teach that over there. My podcast is Chat with Coach Nye. I also have the 31-day Proverbs, 31-day leadership through Proverbs. I did that, so that's over there. So you can check that out. My podcast is on all streaming platforms, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, everywhere, right? Pandora. My podcast is Chat with Coach Nye. It's not all together. It's Chat with Coach Nye. My YouTube is Chat with Coach Nye. Subscribe there as well. Subscribe to my podcast. My GroupMe, download GroupMe, Chat with Coach Nye. Now, what else do we got? My book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love. If you want it, it is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. Listen, I know I just gave y'all a lot of sites to go to because right now it is getting finished up. It's finishing up. I have my app, right? And my app is the LeadHER movement, and that's where everything will be housed. And I will no longer be probably use this platform or anything because it's a platform that I'm creating. So everything will be in one place. But until then, look into my link tree, you guys. If you haven't followed, go ahead and follow here. And I thank you so much. I think that's everything about me. What I'm trying to explain to you is it doesn't matter where you meet me at, you're going to have homework. I'm going to be right there to fill you up, okay? So you can be successful and be the person that God created you to be. Now, it's so funny I said successful and name success came through. So listen, if no one told you today, I'm telling you now. I love you and I'm so proud of you. And I thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate all the gifts, likes, shares, follows. I appreciate it. I'm grateful that God used me. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for everything. No, really, I am grateful for everything. Any small thing. I don't care if you just came in and stayed 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 10 seconds. It doesn't matter. I'm grateful for that because I'm able to, all the stuff that I create, I sit and I make this content and I take time to build these classes and these programs to make sure it's beneficial to people. And all this training that I teach and leadership that I teach comes from a place, my testimony. That's why I say your testimony is so needed in these times because people are going through the same thing you're going through. And they need to know, how did you get on the other side? And that's why I teach you. That's why I take the time. So everything I teach is something I've been through. And I know what it's like while you're in it, and I know what it's like on the other side. Just remember, you'll have your Lazarus moment. And in your Lazarus moment, that's when you come out and you're still wrapped. Remember, when he got up, he was wrapped still. And it's going to take time for you to come out of those layers. Those layers are survival mode. Everything that you was once taught. Because remember, you were dead. Now you're alive. So you're coming from survival to being alive, your true authentic self, the healed version of you. So I thank you and thank you so much, God Grace 7, for being proud of me. So I thank you guys. And I'm so grateful. So get your homework assignment, share it out. Don't forget today's, this will be, the replay of this will be in my YouTube, Chat with Coach Nye, and my podcast. Go check it out because it's some good learning and training over there. Listen. Once again, if no one told you, I'm telling you now, I love you and I'm so proud of you. Listen, remember to pour into yourself before you pour into others. Coach Nye out. All right, Ivory Coast. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the like, shares, and the follow. If you haven't followed, go ahead and follow. I will see you guys Monday. Let me tell you what we're going to be talking about Monday. Let me see. Before I get off of here so y'all can be prepared. Make sure you got your notebook. So Monday is all about leadership starts with self-control. We opening and starting the week up with leadership starts with self-control. So at 9:30 Monday Central Time. See you then. Coach Nye out.